guys, today we'll be making an adorable Ruffle summertime deco mesh wreath. What you will need, I have a 14-inch wreath ring, an adorable sign for the center, deco mesh of course, Chanel stems, scissors or a rotary cutter, and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so I have cut my mesh into 8-inch long pieces. And I have cut my stems into thirds. So sometimes I will place the stems on the wreath ring and then attach the mesh. And sometimes I will make my mesh bundles and connect it with the stem and then attach the entire bundle to the wreath ring. They both look great, so it's just personal preference. Again, I kind of switch back and forth. For this specific wreath, I'm going to make my bundles first and then attach it to my actual wreath ring. So I'm going to show you how I make my bundles. I have cut the mesh into 8-inch long pieces, and I'm going to use 4 pieces of mesh in each bundle. I've used as few as 3 pieces in each bundle and as much as 6 pieces in each bundle. So it just depends on how poofy and ruffly and large you want your wreath to be. So with my mesh, I'm going to take my first piece, lie it flat. My second piece, I'm going to overlap it halfway. Now you could just layer them directly on top of each other, but I prefer the overlapping method just because I feel like it looks just more full and fun and whimsical, so I really like that method. Again, it's whatever you prefer. I switch it up sometimes and do a little bit of everything. My third piece is directly on top of my first piece, and my second piece is directly on top of my fourth piece. So it's alternating left, right, left, right. So I'm going to scrunch, 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 scrunch my mesh. Hold it really tight, take my stem and twist it around my mesh. Nice and tight a couple of times, and then you can kind of flare out the mesh. But there's your cute little bundle. And something else I like to do is alternate the color order. So if you want to stick with the same color order for every bundle, you can definitely do so. But I feel like alternating the color order just makes it more colorful, more fun. You're able to see all of the colors and it just looks really nice. So I switch it up. No specific order, just kind of random. But again, I'm sticking with that same method. Left, right, alternating and layering them one on top of the other. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Take my stem, twist it around the center a couple of times. There you have it. Each bundle will look slightly different, but I think that's the great thing about it, because when it comes together it meshes really, really well. So I'm going to get all of my bundles made, and then I'll start adding it to the wreath ring. I feel like that just makes the process so much faster, and once you start adding it, you can see your wreath come to life, which is really awesome. So you can see these 3 bundles look completely different, but we use the exact same 4 pieces of mesh. So I'm going to make all of my bundles, and then we'll start adding our mesh to the wreath ring. So I have all of my bundles made. Now we're going to start adding them to the wreath ring. And I'm going to go with 4 bundles in each of my 6 sections. Sometimes I go with 3. You can go with even more if you choose to do so. So with 4 bundles, I'm going to alternate outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, inner, all the way around the ring. When I use 3 bundles, it's just outer, inner, outer, outer, inner, outer. So I'm going to take my first bundle, place it on the outer ring, twist it a couple of times, and tuck it away. And when I'm placing my bundles, I try to make sure I get different colors beside each other so that it continues to look like fun and colorful. So the first was on the outer ring, next is going to go on the inner ring. Twist, 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 and tuck it away. Back to the outer ring. And the inner ring. You can kind of flare it and fluff it up and adjust it. I'll do that more once I have all of my mesh in place. But this is just one section. It looks so cute and poofy already. And here's the back. Outer, inner. And then just continue on alternating all the way around the wreath. So I'm going to get a couple of sections completed and show you what it's looking like. Sometimes I do start on the very outer ring and just alternate 1, 2, 3 and back down to the 4th one. So, personal preference. Alright, it's looking so cute and ruffly and fluffy already. So this is 3 sections. I'm halfway done. It looks so precious. Here's the bag. Alright, I'm going to continue on and show you the finished product. Alright, so I have all of my mesh in place. Now I'm going to just go around and fluff out and flare up my mesh a little bit, separating the layers just to make sure it's nice and fluffy. So I just kind of separate like that all the way around my wreath. So it looks so cute and precious and poofy and ruffly already. I leave the wreath like this all the time. I think it's so cute and simple, but it's so much fun and it looks really great. And sometimes I add an adorable sign to the center. So this time I have this really cute sign that says Sunshine Summertime. And I think it's just so adorable and perfect. So I'm going to add that to the center. But again, you don't have to. If you choose to kind of leave it like this, I think this looks gorgeous either way. So I'm just going to flip the sign over, cut off the top hanger. Take 2 stems, twist them together to form one long stem for the top and one for the bottom. And then we're just going to hot glue it in place. And then we're just going to add it to the center of our wreath. So, just going to like flare and fluff out the mesh. Snugly place my sign in the center. And then push the mesh aside to find the actual wreath ring. Twist my mesh a couple of times. And then replace my mesh. And I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems. And I'm just adjusting, making any final adjustments, maneuvering my mesh, making sure everything looks good. There's no gaps or spaces or anything like that. And you are all done. So cute, simple, and easy to make. Modify the color, the style, add in any additional embellishments you prefer.